Before I start, I'd like to give a shout out to the senior class of 2021. It has not been the greatest year with our homecomings and Tolos canceled, our sports have been postponed, and our clubs have been restricted. And so, during this unprecedented time, I'd like to give you guys all an applause. My name is Gian, Roque, and I'm a senior at Mercer Island High School, and I'm this year's recipient for the Mercer Island Schools Foundation Penny Yantis Scholarship. First of all, I'd like to give a thanks to my parents for, supporting me and pushing me to be my greatest. They urged me to try and apply for this scholarship in particular, and at first I was kind of doubtful, but after their support and their encouragement, I tried my hand at here, and here we are. Secondly, I'd like to thank all the teachers that have brought me to this point, whose passion is to teach and help students grow and become independent thinkers. I would not be here without their tireless support and mentorship. And finally, I'd like to thank the Mercer Island Schools Foundation for providing me this opportunity to apply and to recognize the opportunities I was given being part of the Mercer Island Schools District. The Mercer Island Schools Foundation, as I've come to learn, worked pretty hard, and it's a pretty selfless and thankless job. And it's through their selfless support and care for thoughtful education that we as a student body can flourish. For me, I've always had a deep-rooted interest in space. In elementary school, I would spend hours reading books and about space and talking about space with anyone who would listen, and for the most part, that would be my dad. This interest would carry over into the middle school. My love for science skyrocketed with my teacher, Mrs. Senlikowski. She did an amazing job at keeping students engaged and wondering. We had projects like the Rube Goldberg, the Penny Boat, microscope labs, and the Independent Research Project. It was clear to everyone that Mrs. Senlikowski loved science, and she shared that love with us, the students. One thing that sticks with me is when Mrs. Senlikowski received a grant from the Mercer Island Schools Foundation. I'd seen those big banners and logos around the school, but I never really knew what they meant. I remember a woman walking in the classroom and giving a banner to Mrs. Senlikowski saying that she received that grant and she was awarded that. Our teacher was ecstatic that she received that award. The grant was specifically targeted towards earthquake shake tables. These tables were specifically designed to simulate earthquake for the structure. This gave us insight into a simulated earthquake. We learned what structures could hold their own, which didn't, how weight and materials affected that structure, and their stability. We even had a competition to build our own buildings and create the best structure that we could. It was so fun seeing our work being put to the test, and every single student was engaged and invested into this project. And it was because of this grant from the Mercer Island Schools Foundation that we were able to have better and more engaging learning opportunities. Needless to say, it's thanks to the efforts of Mrs. Senlikowski and the support of the Mercer Island Schools Foundation that my resolve was set, and I was set on pushing my education further into the science field. It was thanks to programs like the K-8 science materials that were funded by foundations like the Mercer Island Schools Foundation that helped inspire young kids like me discover what I want to do with my future. So again, thank you to everyone who has supported me along the way and helped me become the person I am today. And thank you to the Mercer Island Schools Foundation for helping me find the person who I want to be.